Greetings, everyone. Just want to share with you a few of the amazing correlations I'm recognizing with Albert Einstein's chart from his transits from March of 1905 through September of 1905, where he formulated and wrote the papers for recognizing the photon nature of light, the quantized photon nature of light, his paper on Brownian motion, and later in June, his most important work on the theory of special relativity, the famous equation E equals mc squared, where he recognized that energy is equal to mass times the speed of light squared, which ultimately led to the atomic bomb and him winning his only Nobel Prize. So to go over what was going on in his transits, to begin, the inside is his natal chart. He is born with Uranus opposite Jupiter. Uranus is the genius aspect of us, of who we are in many cases. It's also the rebellious trickster in us. And Jupiter corresponds to success and optimism and upliftment and honoring. So Jupiter-Uranus alignments tend to come through with good fortune and the potential for genius. I mean, it doesn't have to be. It can be juvenile delinquency. But in Einstein's case, it definitely came through in the genius quality. So in what was happening in March of 1905, Uranus had moved into a trine 120 degrees, the most harmonious relationship to itself. Uranus trine Uranus, just 2 degrees from exact. And it was in a grand trine with the planet Jupiter. Jupiter at 1 degrees Taurus, exactly trine to his natal Uranus. So he was born with the Jupiter-Uranus. He had Jupiter-Uranus by transit and Uranus and Jupiter grand trine in the sky. So pretty amazing alignment, just that in and of itself. But this is also considered Albert Einstein's Annus Mirabilis, which translates the Latin into his year of miracles, which another really amazing alignment that was taking place in the collective was Uranus was opposite both Neptune and Pluto. It had been in an opposition with Pluto since 1895 and is moving out of that opposition, but it's moving into the opposition with Neptune. And in 1905, Uranus actually opposed the midpoint position of Pluto and Neptune 3 times. And that happened during these, from March until September. So what I want to just kind of move forward by months here and show you what took place. So in addition, the Uranus opposite Pluto-Neptune midpoint was basically square and T-squaring his natal Mercury-Saturn alignment. So that connects to the genius imagination, Neptune, having the pattern recognition take place through Mercury, through his mind. You can also recognize that Uranus is square to Saturn, which this event was a radical revolutionary break from the past, from the tradition, Saturn, from the classical deterministic understanding of mechanistic Newtonian mechanics in this case. And it wasn't only just Uranus square Saturn, but he also had Saturn opposite his natal Uranus. So he had double Saturn-Uranus alignments, which really fits the radical, unpredictable breakdown of, not breakdown, but it was definitely experienced as a disruption and a break from the past. The break from the past is Saturn, and the disruption is Uranus to classical physics and our understanding of the nature of reality, which we are still yet to come to grips with fully. This is a paradigm shift that began at the turn of the century and is yet to be fully understood and realized and embodied by who we are. So fascinating set of alignments, and then we'll move quickly here through April and May. He wrote the Brownian motion papers, where Jupiter moved on to his Neptune, and then it was more in June he finished his work on special relativity. So Jupiter had moved into the conjunction with Pluto, which definitely increased, the event that this led to increased his stature and sense of power in the world, which he actually didn't have at the time. And yeah, all the other things I mentioned, Uranus trine Uranus, Uranus square Mercury, and Saturn opposite Uranus. Then if we move to September, when the paper was published, we can recognize that Uranus was just about a degree from the midpoint, opposite the midpoint of Neptune and Pluto. Again, bringing in it corresponds to the radical revolutionary change of consciousness, of our worldview, the way that we perceive the world is a very Neptunian phenomenon, and Pluto is the transformational principle. So it relates to the radical transformation of worldview that took place during the consequences of particularly Einstein's insights into the nature of reality at this time. So, hope this has been helpful, and we'll talk again soon. Take care.